Hello, everyone. I am so excited to have my friend Cheryl Butler on this episode of Plug into Devin. She is a candidate for Utah House Seat 53, which is the northeast corner of Utah. She is a retired engineer. She lived in Nigeria, Venezuela, and Kazakhstan. Oh my gosh, she's an amazing human being. You don't want to miss this episode. Cheryl, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks, Devin. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Well, we are happiest to have you. Thank you very much for joining us. So, Cheryl, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, I'm really hoping that we can spend a few minutes here talking about Rotary, Utah's Rotary clubs, and our, goodness, almost, I guess it's 1,700 members, and how they're responding to COVID-19 in their communities.
It is kind of inspiring. I'm a Rotarian too. That's how you and I got to be friends. And you've been leading the statewide, that is district-wide relief efforts. So tell us a little bit about what Rotarians are doing.
So it's great. It's always impressive to be with a group of Rotarians. We live and breathe the motto, service above self. And I think when COVID-19 hit our communities, the first thing you saw the clubs do was to reach out to their partners. We have a group of partners throughout the state. Every Rotary club is partnered with food banks in their area, domestic violence shelters, healthcare clinics, and other groups that they support on an ongoing basis. And so when COVID-19 hit, it was just a natural thing to pick up the phone and say, what do you need? How can we help?
Oh, that's great. And it seems to me that there are 3 or 4 clubs that have been doing a lot down for the Navajo Nation. What can you tell us about what's going on there?
Well, that's a really good question. There's, as we all know, the Navajo people and some of the other tribal nations have been hit especially hard with COVID-19. And a number of our clubs there, in fact, have long-standing connections and ties and networks. And so they were able to reach out and say, hey, what do you need? And it tends to be things like your everyday supplies, as well as food and other things that because of the lockdowns and quarantines in place, they don't have access to. So the shelves are bare in many places, and the need is quite real and quite urgent. So our clubs, there's 4 or 5 clubs who are taking the lead, supported by some of our other, we have almost 40 clubs in Utah right now, who are supporting in background, gathering materials, putting them on trucks, and taking them into the reservations to help out. So it's been terrific show of support, and it's ongoing. Great. We're still doing it and keeping it up. It's great.
Yes. Yes, it is ongoing. The Bountiful Club, I'm helping out a little bit with that. So I'm glad you mentioned that it's still ongoing, and people can help. If you want to help, comment on this post, and we'll help you get connected to the effort. So Cheryl, what else are Utah Rotarians doing in response to COVID?
So I think initially, as you know, we were all hearing about shortages of personal protective equipment, PPE. Very concerning that our healthcare folks right on the front lines didn't have the kinds of things that they needed to do their jobs safely. And so we had 4 or 5 clubs, in fact, stepping up to sew masks, regular cotton masks in some cases. Look, I have one here. Pretty cool, huh? As well as partnering with local hospital. Our Tooele Club partnered with Mountain West to turn surgical wrap into that the hospital provided into masks for their employees. And so from there, we moved on to partnering with some of our sister clubs in California, who were making face shields for their hospital workers and clinic workers, and were able to provide us with materials to make FDA-approved face shields here in Utah. And we are close to 5,000 face shields. Aren't these cool? So that go in front, that work in lieu of the masks. They're not going to They're not for somebody who's caring for a COVID-19 patient. You need something a lot tougher to deal with the virus in that situation. But the face shields, the face masks are things that our healthcare workers are asking for. And so we're here to help, and putting together literally thousands of items for our healthcare workers to use. So.
Cheryl, that's amazing work. And congratulations to you and to Rotary for doing it. What is your superpower?
I'd say Rotarians are best known for our ability to draw on our networks out there to and to identify problems and then just bring those networked resources together to solve those problems as efficiently and effectively as we can. It's amazing. What you get a group of Rotarians together in a room and they can do tremendous things.
No, that's great. Well, Cheryl, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. Before you go, tell people how they can learn more about Rotary in Utah and how they can learn more about your house race.
Oh, very good question. So the quickest and simplest thing to do is to access the folks' websites. And so it's utahrotary.org for Utah Rotary. And to look at my race and check out the website there, it's votecherylbutler.com. And come visit us and join the campaign, join Rotary.
Fantastic. Cheryl, thank you so much for being with us today. We wish you every success in your efforts to help provide relief to COVID in Utah. We really appreciate that.
All right.
All righty. Let's be bold together.
I'm Devin Thorpe. For the last 8 years, I've been working full-time to eradicate extreme poverty, improve global health, and fight climate change. I've concluded that the best way for me to continue my work is to run for Congress to represent the people of Utah's 3rd District. In Utah, we have common shared values. Those things unite us. I believe passionately in our ability to come together, and I believe that working together, we can solve Utah's problems. I'm Devin Thorpe. I'm a Democrat. I'm running to represent the people of Utah's 3rd District.
I'm Devin Thorpe, a candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.